Now we are in a book I feel is good for what God has to say to us. It is by David and others. The sayings are life-changing, and it will show you more than you could think. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of the sinner, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and his law doeth he meditate day and night. God's law I delight in, but today's law that are of man, and who could keep up with them all? His law can make you see you are a sinner. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. Yes, his laws are simple, if we can only keep them. But the laws of man will not let you. If you are of God, his laws stays with you. The mouth of the righteous speaketh wisdom, and his tongue talketh of judgment. The law of his God is in his heart. None of his steps shall slide. The wicked watcheth the righteous, and seeketh to slay him. His will is in his law. Then said I, Lo, I come in a volume of a book. It is written of me. I delight to do thy will, O my God. Yea, thy law is within my heart. I have preached righteousness in the great congregation. Lo, I have not refrained my lips, O God, thou knowest. So the more people see you keep his laws, they see he is with you. His laws will open your eyes and heart to new things. Give ear, O my people, to my law. Incline your ears to the words of my mouth. I will open my mouth in a parable. I will utter dark sayings of old, which we have heard and known, and our fathers have told us. We will not hide them from their children, showing to the generations to come the praise of the Lord, and his strength and his wonderful works that he hath done. For he established a testimony in Jacob, and appointed a law in Israel, which he commanded our fathers, that they should make them known to their children, that the generations to come might know them, even the children which should be born, who should raise and declare them to our children, that they might set their hope in God, and not forget the works of God, but keep his commandments, and might not be as their fathers, a stubborn and rebellious generation, a generation that set not their heart aright, and whose spirit was not steadfast with God. The children of Ephraim, being armed and carried bows, turning back in the day of battle, they kept not the covenant of God, and refused to walk in his laws, and forgot his works and his wonders that he had showed them. Marvelous things did he in the sight of their fathers in the land of Egypt, in the field of Zion. We see that they took the law and made it man's, and it went out of sight to provoke God to anger. I see it is still today's way. Same story with a new face. Sing aloud unto God our strength. Make a joyful noise unto God of Jacob. Take a psalm, and bring hither the timbrels, the pleasant harp with the psaltery. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon, in the time appointed on a solemn feast day. For this was a statute for Israel, and a law of the God of Jacob. Did you hear? Blow up the trumpet in the new moon? We should look into this. We should teach our children his way, because it is the only right way to live. If his children forsake my law, and walk not in my judgment, if they break my statutes, and keep not my commandments, then I will visit their transgression with the rod, and their iniquity with stripes. God wants all of us to keep his laws. If we don't, he will teach us to do so with chastising. My eyes also shall see my desire on my enemy, and my ears shall hear my desire of the wicked that rise up against me. The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree. He shall grow like the cedar in Lebanon. Those that be planted in the house of the Lord shall flourish in the courts of our God. They shall still bring forth fruit in old age. They shall be fat and flourishing, to show that the Lord is upright. He is my rock, and therefore is no unrighteousness in him. Israel found mischief in God's law, and put it into the book of laws. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frame mischief by a law? They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous, and condemn the innocent blood. But the Lord is my defense, and my God is the rock of refuge. As we see today, they control the world by it. God remembered what he said to his people, and the covenant forever. He is the Lord our God. His judgments are in all the earth. He hath remembered his covenant forever, the word which he commanded to 1,000 generations, which covenants he made with Abraham, and his oath unto Isaac, and to confirm the same unto Jacob for a law, and to Israel for an everlasting covenant, saying unto thee, Will I give the land of Canaan, the lot of your inheritance, when they were but a few in number, yea, very few, and a stranger in it. And his judgment will come on the earth for a witness of him. Now we are at the book of 119. It is the longest chapter in the Bible. It has more on the law than any other chapter. So let's get started. Blessed are the undefiled in the way, who walk in the law of the Lord. Blessed are they that keep his testimonies, and that seek him with the whole heart. They also do no iniquity, they walk in his ways. Thou hast commanded us to keep thy precepts diligently. Oh, that my ways are directed to keep thy statutes. Then shall I not be ashamed, when I have respect unto all thy commandments. I will praise thee with uprightness of heart. When shall I have learned thy righteous judgment? I will keep thy statutes. O forsake me not utterly. Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to thy word. With my whole heart have I sought thee. O let me not wander from thy commandments. Thy words have I hid in my heart, that I might not sin against thee. Blessed art thou, O God. O Lord, teach me thy statutes. With my lips have I declared all the judgment of thy mouth. I have rejoiced in the way of the testimonies, as much as in all riches. I will meditate in thy precepts, and I have respect unto thy ways. I will delight myself in thy statutes. I will not forget thy word. Deal bountiful with thy servant, that I may live, and keep thy word. Open thou my eyes, that I may behold wondrous things out of thy law. I am a stranger in the earth. Hide not thy commandments from me. My soul breaketh for the longing that it hath unto thy judgment. at all times. Thou hast rebuked the proud that they are cursed, which do err from the commandments. Remove from me reproach and contempt, for I have kept thy testimony. Princes also did sit and speak against me, but thy servant did meditate in thy statutes. Thy testimonies also are my delight and my counselors. My soul clinged unto the dust. Quicken thou me according to thy word. I have declared my ways, and thou heardest me. Teach me thy statutes. Make me to understand the ways of thy precepts, so I shall talk of thy wondrous works. My soul melteth for the heaviness. Strengthen thou me according to thy word. Remove from me the way of lying, and grant me thy law grievously. I have chosen the way of truth. My judgment have I laid before me. I have stuck unto thy testimonies, O Lord. Put me not to shame. I will run the way of thy commandments, when thou shalt enlarge my heart. Teach me, O Lord, the way of thy statutes, and I shall keep it unto the end. Give me understanding, and I will keep thy law. Yea, I shall observe it with my whole heart. Make me to go in the path of thy commandments, for therein do I delight. Incline my heart unto thy testimonies, and not to covetousness. Turn away mine eyes from beholding vanity, and quicken thou me in the way. Establish my word unto thy servant, who is devoted to thy fear. Turn away my reproach which I fear, for thy judgments are good. Behold, I have longed after thy precept. Quicken me in thy righteousness. Let thy mercy come also unto me, O Lord, even thy salvation according to thy word. So shall I have wherewith to answer him that reproach me, for I trust in thy word. And take not the word of truth utterly out of my mouth, for I have hoped in thy judgments. So shall I keep thy law continually forever and ever. And I will walk at liberty, for I seek thy precepts. I will speak of thy testimonies also before kings, and I will not be ashamed. And I will delight myself in thy commandments, which I have loved. My hands also will I lift up unto thy commandments, which I have loved, and I will meditate in thy statutes. Remember the word unto thy servant, upon which thou hast caused me to hope. This is my comfort in my affliction, for thy word hath quickened me. The proud have had me quickly in distraction, yet have I not declined from thy law. I remember thy judgment of old, O Lord. I have comfort myself. Honor hath taken hold upon me, because of the wicked that forsakes thy law. Thy statutes have been my song in the house of my pilgrims. I have remembered thy name, O Lord, in the night, and I have kept thy law. This I had, because I kept thy precepts. Thou art my portion, O Lord. I have said that thou shalt keep thy words. I entreat my favor with the whole heart. Be merciful unto me according to thy words. I thought on my ways, and turned my feet unto thy testimonies. I made haste, and delayed not to keep thy commandments. The bands of the wicked have robbed me, but I have not forgotten thy law. At midnight I will rise to give thanks unto thee, because of thy righteous judgments. I am a compassion of all them that fear thee, and of them that keep thy precepts. The earth, O Lord, is full of thy mercy. Teach me thy statutes. Thou hast dealt well with thy servant, O Lord, according to thy word. Teach me good judgment and knowledge, for I have believed thy commandments. Before I was afflicted, I went astray, but now I have kept thy word. Thou art good, and doest good. Teach me thy statutes. The proud have forgot and a lie against me, but I will keep thy precepts with my whole heart. The heart is as fat as grease, but I delight in thy law. It is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I might learn thy statutes. The laws of thy mouth is better unto me than 1,000 of gold and silver. Thy hands have made me and fashioned me. Give me understanding that I may learn thy commandments. They that fear thee will be glad when they see me, because I have hoped in thy word. I know, O Lord, that thy judgments are right, and that thou art faithfulness hath afflicted me. Let, I pray thee, thy mercies, kindness, be for my comfort according to thy word unto thy servant. Let thy tender mercies come unto me, that I may live, for thy law is my delight. Let the proud be ashamed, for they dealt perfectly with me without a cause, but I will meditate in thy precepts. Let those that fear thee turn unto me, and those that have known thy testaments. Let my heart be sound in thy statutes, that I be not ashamed. My soul fainteth for thy salvation, but I hope in thy word. My eyes fell for thy word, saying, When wilt thou comfort me? For I am became like a bottle in a smoke. Yet do I not forget thy statutes. How many are the days of thy servant? When wilt thou execute judgment on them that persecute me? The proud have digged pits for me, which are not after thy law. All thy commandments are faithful. They persecute me wrongfully. Help thou me. They had almost consumed me upon earth, but I forsook not thy precepts. Quicken me after thy loving kindness, so shall I keep the testimony of thy mouth. Forever, O Lord, thy word is settled in heaven. Thy faithfulness is unto all generation. Thou hast established the earth, and it abideth. Thy continue this day according to thy ordinance, for all are of thy service. Unless thy law had been my delight, I should even have perished in my affliction. I will never forget thy precepts, for with them thou hast quickened me. I am thine, save me, for I have sought thy precepts. The wicked have wanted for me to destroy me, but I will consider thy testimony. I have seen an end of all the perfection, but thy commandments is exciting abroad. Oh, how love I thy law! It is my meditation all the day, though through thy commandments hast made me wonder than mine enemies, for they are ever with me. I have more understanding than all my teachers, for thy testimonies are my meditation. I understand more than the ancient, because I keep thy precepts. I have refrained my feet from every evil way, that I might keep thy word. I have not departed from thy judgment, for thou hast taught me. How sweet are thy words unto my taste, yea, sweet than honey in my mouth. Though thy precepts I get understanding, therefore I hate every false way. Thy words is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path. I have sworn, and I will perform it, that I will keep thy righteous judgment. I am afflicted very much. Quicken me, O Lord, according to thy word. Accept, I beseech thee, the free will offering of my mouth, O Lord, and teach me thy judgment. My soul is continually in my hands, yet do I not forget thy law. The wicked have laid a snare for me, yet I entered not from thy precepts. Thy testimonies have I taken a heritage forever, for they are the rejoicing of my heart. I have inclined my heart to perform thy statutes always, even to the end. I hate vain thoughts, but thy law do I love. Thou art my hiding place and my shield. I hope in thy word. Depart from me, ye evildoers, for I will keep the commandments of my God. Uphold me according unto thy word, that I may live, and let me not be ashamed of my hope. Hold thou me up, and I shall be safe, and I will have respect unto thy statutes continually. Thou hast trodden down all them that err from thy statutes, for their deceit is falsehood. Thou puttest away all the wicked of the earth like dross. Therefore I love thy testimony. My flesh trembles for the fear of thee, and I am afraid of thy judgments. I have done judgment and justice. Leave me not to my oppressors. Be surely for thy servant for good. Let not the proud oppress me. My hours file for thy salvation and for the words of thy righteousness. Deal with thy servant according unto thy mercy, and teach me thy statutes. I am thy servant. Give me understanding, that I may know thy testimonies. It is time for thee, Lord, to work, for they have made void thy law. Therefore I love thy commandments above gold, yea, above fine gold. Therefore I esteem all thy precepts concerning all things to be right, and I hate every false way. Righteous art thou, O Lord, and upright are thy judgments. Thy testimonies that thou hast commanded are righteous and very faithful. My zeal hath consumed me, because my enemies have forgotten thy words. Thy word is very pure, therefore thy servant loveth it. I am small and despised, yet do not I forget thy precepts. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is a truth. Trouble and anguish have taken hold on me, yet thy commandments are my delight. The righteousness of thy testimonies of everlasting. Give me understanding, that I shall live. I cry with my whole heart, hear me, O Lord. I will keep thy statutes. I cry unto thee, save me, and I will keep thy testimonies. I prevented the drowning of the morning, and crying. I hope in thy word. My eyes prevent the night watching, that I might meditate in thy words. Hear my voice according to thy loving kindness, O Lord. Quicken me according to thy judgment. They draw nigh that follow after mischief. They are far from thy law. Thou art near, O Lord, and all thy commandments are truth. Concerning thy testimony I have known of the old, that thou hast founded them forever. Consider my affliction and deliver me, for I do not forget thy law. Plead my cause and deliver me. Quicken me according to thy word. Salvation is far from the wicked, for they seek not thy statutes. Great are thy tender mercies, O Lord. Quicken me according to thy judgment. Many are my persecutors and mine enemies, yet do I not decline from thy testimony. I behold the transgression, and I was grieved, because they kept not thy word. Consider how I love thy precepts. Quicken me, O Lord, according to thy loving kindness. Thy word is true from the beginning, and every one of thy righteous judgments endureth forever. Princes have persecuted me without cause, but my heart standeth in awe of thy word. I rejoice at thy word, as one that findeth great spoil. I hate and abhor lying, but thy law do I love. 7 times a day do I praise thee because of thy righteous judgment. Great peace have they which love thy law, and nothing shall offend them. Lord, I have hoped for thy salvation, and done thy commandments. My soul hath kept thy testimonies. I love them exceedingly. I have kept thy precepts and thy testimonies, for all my ways are before thee. Let my cry come near before thee, O Lord. Give me understanding according to thy word. Let my supplication come before thee. Deliver me according to thy word. My lips shall utter praise when thou hast taught me thy statutes. My tongue shall speak of thy words, for all thy commandments are righteous. Let my hand help me, for I have chosen thy precepts. I have longed for thy salvation, O Lord, and thy law is my delight. Let my soul live, and it shall praise thee, and let thy judgment help me. I have gone astray like a lost sheep. Seek thy servant, for I do not forget thy commandments.